Hey everyone, welcome to I Totally Love It. My name is Susan, and today I've got my final flip through of my May Junk Journal Madness journal. The theme, grungy, the guest collaborator, Tammy from Blue Frou Frou Studio. All right, so let's just start. Let's start with the cover. So my part one back at the beginning of the month was to take this interesting file folder that I found at Daiso, and I just grunged it up with Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Sprays. And I like how it turned out. And some paint. I think I flicked some paint on there. As far as my journal topper, my cover here, the flowers, that idea, I'll share with you over in my MS from Mondays Mojo and Mask Making video, because that's where I've created those. And in that video, you'll see the link to the person whose idea that was. All right, it is a single signature. I don't know how many pages. I have forgotten the count. So we'll just go through them. In here, I have digitals from, all right, Junk Journal Studio. That's Michelle. From Pink Monarch Prints. From Marley Design Creative. Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah. And Tracy Fox. I think that's everybody. If I see another one, I'll let you know. This is just like copy paper. All right, I did this in my MS from Mondays Mojo and Mysteries. This little zigzag pocket, which was an idea from Sarah Lee Armstrong. And the day before that, this was my final Junk Journal Sketches video for May. This one is just a journal card. These are the Pink Monarch print. These were some freebies I had gotten from her, so go check out her channel. Her shop, probably on Coffee would be where it might be. These are little, this is probably like intended to be a banner piece. This is Marley Design Creative. And I like that pocket. That was fun. And I put some of my jelly prints in here. This is Tracy Fox from her. There's quite a few items from her freebie that was called Zine, I think it was. Let's go check out her coffee shop. I did add a piece of my, excuse me, a piece of my own faux age tape, or some people call it boo-boo tape. This was a leftover Tracy Fox tag from last year's Creep on June, and I just used that with a little bird and a flower digital and a little tab. That's Marley Design. This is Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah. This pocket, well, it's a label, but I turned it into a pocket because it's so big. And this is a title to a book that I've been tearing papers out of. On the back of some packaging. Marley Design Creative. This is just some inky papers I had. That was a Junk Journal Sketches video. A little Tim Holtz head paper doll. Junk Journal Studio. Those are 49 a market tickets. That's jelly print. I made a little horizontal belly band here with a little mini notebook made out of a time card. Time card was missing from the items to use, so that'll be added on there. I'll show you the list in a little bit. Just some, this was copy paper, like designer copy paper, design pattern copy paper, scrapbook paper, graph paper. This was just some dyed notepad paper, and that's a digital. And that is a label from, I believe, Tracy Fox, I think. They had this butterfly look cool there. Plus some dyed paper. All right, I did these little sideways pockets with some jelly prints. I did this one in part 3, and then I added that one after. I took some, these are white, line-free index cards. Blank index cards. There you go. Trimmed a little bit off and added a flower. This is Tracy Fox. That's just a punched out tab. But these are like library pockets. I just put them sideways. This is part of those zine. The camera is And the labels are Michelle Junk Journal Studio. All right, some. When I did my cover, I have these papers underneath, so this was one of those. This is a leftover tag from a past masterboard, so I thought I'd add that. That little ticket right there is Rach and Bella. And then I have this little paper clip shaped like a flower. See? And then I have this paper ruffle added on there. And I think last part 3, when I was talking about my flowers, I said paper ruffles instead of paper flowers. I marked it correctly. I just said it wrong. These I did not make though. This was sent to me in Happy Mail. All right. This is a little Tim Holtz paper. It's a little uptuck. I did have to glue this side of it as well as the top because otherwise it would not fold correctly. And then that's just some inky paper. Inky paper again. Some scrapbook paper. This is scrapbook paper. This is from either March or April's mass make. These little pockets. And that's a digital. I believe that is Tracy Fox. And that label right there is mine. It's a freebie in my coffee shop. I have quite a few. And that's Michelle Junk Journal Studio. And then also when I did the cover and had inky papers, I had this little index card. That's Michelle Fox. This is Marley Design Creatives. This is from my MS for Mondays Mojo and Masterboards at the beginning of May. So that was cool to make that little tag. That's Tim Holtz. Paper dot, little strip right there is Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is the same pack of pattern copy paper. Here's another jelly print, digital butterfly, and I've got some glue in there. There. This is Tim Holtz. So it's long paper, is it like backgrounds or something, but it's two-sided. I wanted to use that side because it looked grungy. Oh, hello. That came off. This was from the masterboard for May, and this one with the labels, I did a while back. That was really fun. Tim Holtz paper doll. The backs for those are just like in 49 market ticket there. And some journaling spots there. And then this is your creative studio cut in half. This is just some origami paper, actually. I liked the orange side. Sheet music. This is a piece of jelly print that I cut and glued on the back of this jelly print. This was my favorite. I love that. That was really cool. This was the other side. I added a piece of the my, I think that was pulled paper, not roll-off paper. And then this is a Tim Holtz transparent layers from that set. And I just glued it with some Barely Art glue. Turned out all right. And okay, this is that same masterboard with all the labels. This was a leftover from Creep on June from Tracy Fox. This is from her zine. That's a real stamp right there. This was something I made for 2024 Altered Index Challenge for Nonstop Paper Crafts. I used washi tape right there. Journaling space. This was that pocket I made. Okay, this was that Mysteries for April, I think. The little fold over pocket. So I had an extra. So I filled it with some inky postcard, not postcard, index card. It's like graph paper index card. Get that at Walmart. School supplies going on sale this summer. I'll stock up. Marley Design, and that's Pink Monarch prints. And then this was a freebie that I got in some Happy Mail. Little ticket there, some Marley Design stuff, and that was a digital I had pulled out. The other side of the painty papers. This was that little strip from the masterboard. I made a belly band, a vertical belly band, and I added, this is Amy Crafty Cat from one of her 50 stack challenges. This was some inky papers I had. I thought it looked great there. That is from Tracy Fox. These are Marley design pockets. And so is this. This is my boo-boo tape. And these are little index cards that I cut down. And I guess I could say I made a ticket, but I didn't really like stamp on it. So that's Tracy Fox from the zine freebies. And I think that is too. All right. And then this is the other half of that Your Creative Studio paper. And that's just a receipt folded over. This was an inky envelope I had done in the past. That is Michelle Journal Studio. I don't know who the digitals are. And this is just a blank note card that you can journal on. This has been in my stash for a long time, and I forget who that is. I want to say Timeless Treasures, maybe. This was a Junk Journal Sketches creation, little paper clip there. It's turned into a pocket on the back of that page. And that's a little Marley Design Creative. This was from her January kit. I think I said March in the last video. It's January. She had a challenge in her Facebook group. This is the other side of the pinky painty paper. This is comes from Graphics Fairy, I believe, but that's from Tracy Fox. Pink monarch prints. All right, the tag and the pocket were things I made previously. I went digging in my stash. This I made for Nonstop Paper Crafts, Altered Index 2024. All right. This was something I made. Gosh. Might have been for Deal It Up Challenge back in 2023. But it's been in my stash. This is that Tim Holtz paper I was talking about, the background paper. Just journal on that. Nothing fancy. Okay, this is a book page pocket that I made. I just trimmed the edges. It says McCracken, so if you know me, you know why I thought that was fun. Trimmed off the edges, and then I took the bottom, I don't know, what is this, like 1.5 inches, 1 3/4, and folded it up, made a pocket. This is Shabby Dabby Doodah. This is Pink Monarch. This is Marley Design. I did use this stamp here a lot, and all the inking is ground espresso. And then I also made this tag. It's a tag with a pocket. And that's a piece of that masterboard from the labels. Those are from 49 and Market. And I did have to back it on the other piece that I cut off the paper because it just wasn't thick enough. And then this is some fun little green, like not old olives, but new olives. And then that's a stamp bit that I had in my stash, but it's from like Signatures of the Past or something like that from Sam Pool, I think. Let's put a little digital. I got some moth. All right, I have this paper bag left over from something last year. I can't remember. And then this was this and this one. So this one was, let me talk about this one. This one actually, let me find a piece of paper here. So you can actually tuck things in these little, the way I glued this. This was a special little tag. That's just a tag. Now, I think I made a masterboard later that it was just all glued down. Now, where did I take it from? Put it back. Not there. Not there. Oh, maybe he went there. Okay, and then this one went over here. That's what. Okay, so this one are the little stramping, new word, strippy bits that are stamped. So when you tear book pages off, save them. I have a couple of videos where I've done this, and you have those little like line, straight line stamps that are numbers or decorations. Um, Stamp on those, and I covered a whole master board with those, so that was fun. That didn't go there. That went here, and it fits in that little brown paper bag. And it's got buttons. So that was already made. So some of the things that were already made didn't necessarily count them in my things. I don't think. Back of that and the back of that. And that is it, folks. That is my grungy journal. We were having a discussion on some of the channels about, trying grungy for the first time. And yeah, I'm kind of glad I did. Like, I like it. I can get messy. um, but I kind of like that this didn't really have so much a theme other than it's just grungy. So you could really put anything in it. All right, so let's go to the list. All right, so if you're new here, welcome. I'm glad you made it. I hope you join us here in June. I'm excited about it. This is a document, and anything I write at the bottom, I will add before June 1st launch of the next Junk Journal Madness theme. But we rolled a die, and we had to use 8 items. This is materials, and that was your minimum. And actually, I can highlight the Happy Mail because that little envelope that I used. So let's count how many things that I marked. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 items. Now, if I counted some of the things that were already on the previously made items, I had buttons, I had embossed paper on one, envelope. I don't even think I had used an envelope except for that one that I added. Anyways, and then we had to make 11 things. So materials is really easy to meet whatever number that is. Items to make, the bigger it is, it does get a little more challenging, especially if you're making a kind of a smaller journal or you're kind of pressed for time that month. But let's see how many I was able to make. I made a bunch of regular tags, a tag with a pocket, a mini notepad, library card pocket, rectangular pocket, book page pocket, a multi-pocket item, and then a zigzag pocket. Side tuck, up tuck, master board, staggered pockets, a decorated page. I'm going to add that, something random, belly band, vertical and horizontal, and paper flower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So there you go. Lots of things on here. I could have, like, if I had stamped that little ticket, I could have marked that, but I didn't. I didn't end up using that little wallet pocket that I had. I didn't make the page edge or the paper ruffle that was given to me, so I didn't include that. I need to look at see which ones I don't use very often. And journal card. Duh. There you go. There's another one. I think that's pretty good. Oh, I did a flip out. I didn't do any hidden or altered paper clips this time. All right, well, I mean, I met my minimum. That's all that matters. Not that there's any rules. You do you. Oh, and this was rolled up packaging tape, like this packaging, like Amazon packaging. That's what that is, rolled up. All right, so I want to thank Tammy for being my guest collaborator and the slew of people who are participating. I know I'm going to start naming them and forget. Trish from Crafting Whimsy, Maggie from Scattered Brain, Esta Miller. She shows her stuff over on Instagram. Crafty Alley Cat, Debbie Reed. Hang on, let me go see. All right, guys, I made a list. So I've got Tammy at Lou Frou Frou Studio, Trish at Crafting Whimsy, Maggie at My Scattered Brain, Debbie at Debbie Recreation, Sandy at Crafty Alley Cat, Emily at Emily's Crafting Crochet, and on Instagram, Esta Miller and Katie at I Like to Cut and Paste. So, okay, I think that's everybody. If I forgot you, I apologize. Let me know. I'll link you below. I also have a playlist. So as I come across the videos as they are published, I do try to put them in the playlist. It's called Participants, Junk Journal Madness Participants 2025 or something like that. So you can go find all the videos for the month all in one place. So go check out all those great channels and Instagrammers. But thank you so much, Tammy, for being my guest collaborator. Thank you for doing what Junk Journal Madness is supposed to do, is get me out of my usual routine, out of my kind of a comfort zone, and getting me to explore something I haven't explored. Not that I've really avoided grungy, I just never had anything grungy to do yet, I guess. But I really do like grungy. I like these little paper flowers too. That was quite fun. I need to get my paints and stuff out more. Been working on organizing my supplies, so hopefully that'll benefit me here in the short term instead of the long run. But yeah, I like how it turned out. And thank you again to everyone who participated. Thank you to everyone who came along and participated in the form of commenting and encouraging everybody to continue with this theme, even though this is something new to most of us who are participating. All right, so June 1st will be Junk Journal Madness for June. Guest collaborator, super psyched. The theme, super exciting. I hope you come along and join us, and it's gonna be a little different. So there's your little heads up. Yeah, I think you'll like it. All right, you guys. So come back on June 1st and see what's gonna happen. All right, you guys. I appreciate you and your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.